Hey,
Hi.
what's going on? What's going on? What's going
What's
on?
up? What's up?
Now, hey, Frank
Hey,
is in there. What's
Will.
going on, Will? So it's Father's Day, and first off, I want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day.
Yes.
My morning has been
Yes.
awesome. I got breakfast. I was just not a cook, so she went and bought some really good food. Yeah.
Hey, it's been a good Father's Day so far, but I have not eaten anything.
No? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we're supposed to go out to eat, so
Oh, okay, okay. So
Okay.
he's saving his appetite for a little bit for later.
Darren, you need to eat more.
Yeah. He only eats.
do I?
He has a
You need to eat more.
smaller stomach, smaller guy.
Yeah.
You're such a bully.
It's
Well,
all right.
what's going on? Thank you so much, and for all of you, happy Father's Day. It's gonna be a fun one this week. So we're gonna have Chakra Scales.
Yes. So I guess I need to introduce Chakra Scales.
Yes, you can tell them before we introduce them how we met them actually in person.
That's what I'm about to do. Yeah. So Taylor and Danny from Chakra Scales, they're awesome people. They have a good bit in common with us. They like snakes. They do snakes. They have chickens too, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But the way we met them was Tinley of last year in October. Um, we just attended because we didn't get to vend because everybody that knows us has known that we've been trying to vend Tinley forever, and we finally got to this March. But when we went in October, we were just walking around and we happened to see them, and they had just seen us on MJ's podcast and spoke to us, and then I featured them in our Tinley. I guess it was a recap video afterwards. So we've just kind of kept in touch since then, and just said, "Hey, you want to come on the podcast?"
And they've officially been killing it on the reels.
Yes. Oh my
Instagram
goodness.
reels and with their snake collection. I mean, all together.
And we're gonna let you tell it, or we're gonna let them tell you a little bit about their multiple little businesses they got going on. Actually, there's a big one, a real big one.
And Darren, have you met them in person yet?
I have not met them in person yet.
Okay.
Awesome. The only shows that I've ever been out of California is Tinley, and that was it.
Yeah, he's like a kid in a candy store. He's like,
yeah,
he's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I surely was. I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it. I was ready.
Hey, that was fun. But so I guess we can go ahead and bring them on and let them introduce themselves.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hey,
what's going on, everybody?
How you doing?
Good.
Man, we're doing great. Thank you for having us on. Really appreciate it.
And happy Father's Day to everyone and to you all.
Definitely appreciate
it.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit about you guys. How'd you guys meet? How'd you guys start to get into the snakes? And pretty much leading into the programs you're working with the snakes.
Yeah, so we met about 5-6 years ago. We pretty much instantly hit it off, and we started dating from there, and pretty much haven't been inseparable since then. But Danny kind of grew up with all the 4-H animals and farming. So then you bought the snakes, right?
Yep. In college, I got my first snake, which was actually a little African house snake, and we called him Tiptoe. Kind of snuck him into the college dorms. But from there, I fell in love with the ball python morphs and all the different cool genetics, and acquired my first pair, which were 2 pastel pieds, and actually one is the dam that we just had our first clutch this past week.
Wow.
So.
Is that the first clutch ever?
I saw that.
First ever.
Yep, first clutch ever. So it was a big moment, very exciting. Long journey, but we finally made it.
Yep.
Yeah, congrats on that. That was
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, so then when we started dating, I would, the first time I slept over, I saw a little rack on the corner. I'm like, I didn't think too much about it, but middle of the night I heard some noises and swirling around right next to the bed, and I was like, oh, okay, so we got snakes. So she had 4 ball pythons, and it took me a little bit to learn about them, and once I kind of see them day to day, I was like, okay, these are not scary. Snakes they're normal. They have patterns, routines, and everything, just like all the other animals. So I kind of slowly started doing research with all the YouTube, with Brian Barczyk, obviously, and Justin's videos, and wow, this is pretty crazy, with the breeding and all these different morphs.
Right.
So then a few years later, we ended up getting a property out here in Minnesota from our apartment. And now we have a 6-acre farm here. So
Wow.
Oh,
Oh man, yeah, that's
big. That's big. That's big.
that's awesome.
yeah, so we needed a place. She had some horses and some goats, and we're like, well, we need some place that we could have them up for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of started there, and then I was like, well, what's kind of fun journey for me? And then I got the chickens. I started doing my little dive into all the chicken world, and that kind of led me into like snake or chicken breeding and genetics and figuring out colors and breeds and feather types and all that.
Genetics, wow.
Yeah. It's a whole line. I got 4 generations deep, just different line breeding and, quality that I, pick the best of the best and, hold back my whole back racks. So that kind of led to just like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and just went off from there and just started building like crazy.
Went down that whole rabbit hole. It just gets lost.
What a chicken hole.
It's a chicken hole. Do you have the lavender ones?
Yeah, we have some lavender Orpingtons. Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. They are
I
really
love those ones.
Very pretty.
I need to educate myself.
Yeah, you need to educate yourself, sir.
Right?
Yeah, definitely, because I don't know anything.
Yeah, but after he was hatching all the different poultry species, I was like, hey, I always wanted to breed my ball pythons. If you can do these guys, let's try it. And it kind of took a little encouraging. But then once he saw the YouTube videos, it was a whole nother rabbit hole for him. And
yeah, definitely.
So you say things went perfectly then, because I could see things going way left if you meeting and first night, staying over, and instead of snakes slithering around, you hear rats.
Yeah. No, I saw her passion with the animals, and I took full into it. I grew up in the city of San Diego, so I was a city boy, surfer boy my whole life.
California.
Yep, San Diego. I grew
California.
Up grew up in Northern County in San Diego up there. So moved out here probably like 7 years ago, and just fell in love with the nature and the seasons and everything.
We're trying to get there and out of there because you're trying to
get me out of California. I'm near Sacramento, so you know where that is.
Yep. Yeah, the taxes there is too much, man.
And the power bill, what are you like $800 a month electric?
Yeah, that's on a good month. That's a saving. I'm saving right there. When I get 800, I'm like, woo, we save some money.
You know what you get for the prices that you pay in California and South Carolina here? Like, you'd be like,
we pick with him because he retires like in 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Will be acting like I'm that much older than him. Shoot, I was just like, just because I was walking and talking and brushing my teeth, he just felt like I'm way older. Like, you right here, man. It's all right. That 40-40 club, we're gonna say you in. You are in. You are so far in, you just don't even realize how far in you are. Look at that. Hey, you know what? You know what really tells you how old Will is? Is tell him to go to his knees. Touch his toes, go to his knees. Just kneel down. Then you see him come back up. You like that age come right out.
I think that's fine.
Yeah. So now, how many businesses do you currently own, and what do you how do you keep them separate and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So when we started looking into the snakes and stuff like that, we really liked all the different morphs, and of course we liked all the high-end morphs. Clown pies was kind of our favorite of them all.
Oh yeah.
And we started looking at all the prices, like, okay, well, this could be a serious business if you do it right. There's people are buying it. We're looking at buying it. Other people, are making that money. So that kind of ticked in my eye. I just love like entrepreneur mindset. I did it with the chickens. I'm doing it with the chickens. So I was like, well, maybe I'll, try a little bit with the snakes. That's something we could do together as a couple and both be super passionate about it. So we kind of had like everything under like the Chakra, but mostly it's like Chakra Chickens is like my other name, Chakra Chickens, and then Chakra Scales is the two kind of businesses, I would say.
I like it. I like your brand.
That's big. That is real big.
Yeah, it's really fun, and they go hand in hand together. We do a lot of same stuff like that. So marketing. I learned how to market with the chickens, building a community and a fan base behind you. It's really important if you're going to be selling, live animals like that.
Right.
Now, do you sell a lot of the chickens to feed stores?
No, actually, I sell a lot of it just by myself through like Facebook and just like a following that I've created, through TikTok and stuff like that. I sell hatching eggs, which is kind of crazy to think about in the reptile world, but I would say like 60 to like 75% of my sales is me selling my hatching eggs for other people to hatch. So I can sell a pretty high premium for a certain breed that I specialize in. They have about a week of viability for someone else to be able to hatch them in their own incubator.
So take a second and answer this question for Kershay. What's your favorite breed of chickens you're working with?
Oh yeah, so I work with the silky chickens. They have all black skin, all black meat, and they have like really soft feathered fur. They got like kind of afros, 5 toes. They're really friendly.
I've seen them. They're pretty.
Yeah, they don't lay.
That's
like
crazy.
But people love them for pets and stuff like that.
Well, tell the viewers and whoever watches this later on exactly how many TikTok followers you've got for your Chakra chickens.
Yeah, Chakra Chickens is up there. We're at 41,000. Yeah, 41,000. So,
Wow.
It's been really fun. I've had a few videos up in the 3-4 million area. So I do two or three videos a day, and I've been having a lot. What's up, Holdback Rack? What's up, Jessica, Jana? I actually, fun story. I had Jessica on my chicken podcast one time.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we were nerding out about chickens and genetics and colon feeded chicks and stuff like that.
Yeah, we watched their channel as well. We haven't up just yet. I think it's just they're busy. We're busy as well, but we definitely plan on it because we watch all their stuff.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So
I watched it too.
Yeah.
So now
we kind of morphed it all into one kind of super chakra thing.
That's what I was about to ask. Yeah. Do you want to do one or the other more full time? Do you want to do this like the whole branding? The umbrella as a full time status type of job.
So tell them what you do for a profession.
Yeah, so I am a veterinary technician, and I actually just passed the national board, so I'm certified. So I do plan to stay working at my clinic. I love it, and helps with all the critters we currently have too, just with everything we have going on. It's helpful to have that. But I think for Taylor,
for me, I definitely want to make this like, kind of my full-time thing between the chickens, social media, the snakes, and hopefully the rats here pretty soon. We do rats just enough to like feed our collection, but I would love to I have space and time, so I would like to just double it if I can, double, triple it.
With the rats?
With the rats, I would love to do the production. Because if I got the space, what the heck, let's go for it.
Yeah. I can see it. You get lost down a rabbit hole also doing a rat.
Yes, sir.
There's even genetics in that too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Rexes and Dumbos and it's a whole nother journey. What is Siamese?
I definitely like the rats. I don't like the mice.
I don't like the mice.
No, we currently raise just the Norwegians, and then we do the ASFs too.
Okay.
Ooh, ASFs.
We started with the ASFs, and then I told myself I wasn't ever going to do the rats, but of course, you start buying more snakes and getting more snakes, and then it's like, well, I'm not going to be buying frozen when I could just do it myself. So then I have like 5 racks that I built out in the garage, and so they all live out there in cement tubs.
Oh, so you built your own? Yep, that's it. I built mine too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We know all about that. That's time consuming.
What's your venting system that you do out there?
What was that?
What's your venting system like as far as like pushing all the funk out?
Airflow.
Yeah, right. We have a spare garage that we're just actually moved them all into. So we're kind of working out all the kinks right now. We have like a window right behind it, which is really great. So I'm going to do like an exhaust kind of temperature controlled fan style like that.
the exhaust fan instead of doing any kind of AC, right? So you're just gonna have the exhaust fans just kind of circulating the air in and out.
Yep,
Hopefully,
exactly.
yep.
Yeah. I mean, eventually I would love to get like a whole building full, like where I could, temperature control it. But for now, we'll see how it goes and just keep growing from there.
And Minnesota, like how hot does it get out there?
I mean, a few days it will get into the hundreds, but mostly like around the highs get around like 90, like mid-June, mid-July, somewhere around there. So we do worry about that a little bit. So this is our first experience of them being out in the garage. So we're gonna tinker around with some fans.
How cold does it get out there? Because I know some people say when it's too cold, they stop breeding.
Yeah, so we've hit -30 here before. So
Oh my
God. Hey, it's 29 degrees outside here, and I'm like, it's cold. It's cold. Yeah. So have you had a season where they stopped breeding because it's too cold?
Well, originally before we had them in a basement, like a utility room in our basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we haven't had to deal with that
some
issue.
kinks to work out yet before
We got a few months before we figure that out.
Yeah.
Right.
Got some time.
But we have propane out here, so we can probably just run it. My uncle's an HVAC guy, so he'll be very helpful in us getting that all set for them.
Some kind of heat source at least.
For sure.
Now we were touching on that a little later as far as with the rodents, but since we're on it now, in that I guess that garage, is it insulated or are you planning to insulate it or yes?
Yeah, it's all insulated. It's a fully functioning building. I raised my chicks in there too in a little side building that inside of there that I built too. So it's multi-purpose. It's nice and warm.
All right.
They have a whole village in there.
For sure.
Under normal circumstances, I would say, not enough heat. They have nothing to worry about. Just
-30.
But -30, I'm like, oh.
-30 is real.
During hatching season, I'll probably have about 100 chicks hatching out left and right. So it's a lot to take care of in there for sure. And then probably like 100, 150 rats area. So.
Oh, because you still have to do heat for them with the heat lamps and everything. So
yeah, I use like a heat panel systems. Yeah, no heat lamps. Those are too dangerous.
Yeah, they catch fire.
Yeah,
catch fire.
Yep.
And indirectly, that can create more heat for your rats anyway. So that would be good.
Yep. Right.
Now, you said you wanted to produce enough pretty much for your collection, but then evolve into pushing it as an actual separate business, which is really, really smart considering you have the property and space. How many snakes do you have in your collection?
So currently we have, since we just hatched out, I guess 7. I guess we can count those as 7 too. We're up to like 41 right now.
Oh, 41. Wow.
Yeah. So we started out, just really specializing in buying certain things where it's all based around the exact project that we want to work. So, we bought some high-end stuff at the beginning and building it slowly, but I think we got a really good first year.
Did you buy a visual clown pied?
Yep. We got an Enchi clown pied, but he's possible super Enchi clown pied. We don't know for sure. We're gonna prove that out. So he definitely looks different than a regular Enchi clown pied. He's got some really cool markings, really reduced markings.
Awesome.
And
So
then,
a
lot of pattern.
Yeah, a lot of pattern. 50% pattern, I would say.
Okay.
Is he in there with you? You could show him off a little bit.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He just paired him up
Oh,
to.
yeah.
He was pairing him up to an Enchi pie female.
He's good.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's got some good pattern. He's definitely Enchi clown pied.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to figuring out that's super or not.
Wow.
Even I can do that.
It's really cool.
I'm getting better at this.
Yeah, he's really cool.
You can really
He was one of our very first big pickups.
Wow.
Awesome.
And how long have you had him?
We've had him. So we got everything it was back 2021, beginning of 2020 or end of 2020. So we We got him. He's about 2 years old now, and he's doing his first pairings this season already. He's probably had about five different pairings now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
So what?
only 2 girls, but 5 different sets with him.
Okay. What other females are you pairing him with?
We're pairing him with a Mojave yellow belly leopard 100% or double het clown pied too.
Yeah.
So then we can make some fun combos with that. We got him going to a Enchi pie to make some super Enchi pies, het clown. What else did we got him going to?
He's got a lighter list. I
Yeah,
think.
there's a bunch of girls that he's got building up right now. Clown het pied, one from Justin that's a orange stream pastel leopard red stripe pied het clown.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like Justin.
Yeah, right.
The Lord
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah, Justin and Ivan, either one.
Oh yeah. So once you start pounding those guys out, producing those with your byproduct things that's not going to push you to the next level, what's going to be your, I guess, marketing strategy to move them to new homes?
Well, kind of our idea with it all is just kind of want to build ourselves up known for that clown pie project. So if anyone wants anything in the project, we want to be that person that you look for. I want to create anything clown pie, every single combo you can make, So I think we're really shooting for the hypo clown pie for our first year, but we'll take anything in between for sure.
Yeah, that's I picked up a mail from Tinley. That's a het for hypo. He's a clown pie het for hypo.
Oh, nice. Who was that from?
Nice balls.
Oh, okay.
Nice balls. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great project. They all three work really well together. I think they don't really mess with each other too much. If you can get a nice high pattern one, that's really, really cool to see.
Yeah, our clown pie girl, she's low pattern,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm always curious.
She's leopard. She's leopard, right? Yeah.
No, she's not. I hope she is, but she's not. And then it's hard for me to ID the high white snakes. I'm still learning myself. It's very difficult with some of these IDs. Some of it plays out good, and some of it doesn't.
It's funny because I pick out certain things, like I can really focus in on certain genes, and then others I'm just like, I have no idea. Like I don't.
It's like I'm clueless.
I really like GHI, so anytime I see a snake that has GHI in it, I'm typically one that I can pick that one out really easily. And then I love anything banana, coral glow, rainbow, and all that bright color stuff.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Rainbow still early. We're considering getting into that as well, but we haven't yet.
Yeah.
I love that Toffee Girl. Our Toffee Girl just had that. We got 11 babies out of that clutch, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're all like, what is that? Toffee nose?
Toffee nose.
How do you pronounce it? Toffee nose.
Those are really cool looking.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you hear Darren over there. He said, "Yeah, you should. Every gene, he wants you to get it. He's a snake hoarder.
He's a snake hoarder.
So
whatever. Hey, you like everybody else says. What do they say? They're like Pokemon cards. Yeah, I mean, you got to collect everything. Add it. Why not?
Exactly.
Why not? When it's a recessive, it's another project. That's all that means.
Yeah.
It's not that simple unless you got a mini.
Right.
Hey, well, you got it.
So I see the ARS racks. How many racks do you have? You have Hatchling racks. You have or is that a Freedom Breeder or ARS?
Yeah, it's ARS. Yep, ARS 5540. That was a fun purchase. That was like one of the first things when I went to a close by breeder and I saw all the ARS and Freedom Breeders. I was like, oh my, that was like one of the coolest things ever.
Oh yeah.
So I had to get it.
Like
That was
a whole new world.
She said, he's like, I got it. I had to get it.
I don't even care if I don't have enough snakes for it. I need it now.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll feel them.
Hey, that is a better problem to have. Is to have enough space than not have enough space, and then you got something else coming. But just keep building them racks. If you got empty tubs, you got empty tubs. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, we got like 4 rows empty. So if anyone ever wants to send any, we'll help you out.
We'll help you out. It's the funniest thing. We have extra spots now because of the extra racks. And I always tell Darren, I say, it's the weirdest thing. I speak with Bob from Bob Vu, Bob Vu from Bob's Balls. And you got to listen to your snakes. He keeps telling me, listen to your snakes, because we get snakes that we have FB8 racks. And where is that from? Out there in Georgia, black box cages.
Black box, yeah.
Beautiful racks, and we use the FB8s, and they get a little big, 400 grams. We move them over into a 50 series tub, and they go off food. And I mean, we've had some go off food for months. And now it's coming to a system where after talking with Bob, he's like, man, why are you forcing them to stay in there? Put them back. So you put them back, and it's like the next day they're eating, and you constantly playing like this musical tubs, they'll gain some weight, shed again. There'll be 600 grams in the FB8, and they shed out, and you move them because you got plenty of empty big tubs, and they go off food. So one girl, we finally got her moved over. She was in the FB8 probably to 700 grams because she refused to be in a bigger tub.
She just like the comfy spot.
Yeah. And now she's finally eating consistently in a bigger tub. So it's like, that's the biggest thing I think we've learned, this being our first season, from the vets is listen to them, listen to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's been something that's been really helpful and really cool about this community and this hobby is like us being first timers. I've asked some of the big breeders stuff and they'll write back. They'll take the time. A lot of them will. And when we went to Tinley and we saw you guys there, during that first day, that Friday, when you get the VIP access, it was like, you just get to walk up to, Justin or walk up to just some of these breeders that you look up to and you're like, just, shoot the crap with them. Jason Kittinger is like, oh, hey, how's it going? And you're like, I watch you on Instagram and you look up to you with all these different snake stuff. And it was really, really cool to see that.
Yeah, Kittinger is really, really cool, man. Yeah. Really, really cool.
Yeah.
I've seen him
cool acid stuff. So I love all that.
Yeah. I met him at Justin's. We were at Justin's doing the VIP Patreon thing.
Oh, so cool.
Man, he was just a really cool dude. You kind of expect him to be something different because he's kind of out there, but nah, he's humble. Really, really humble guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He was this past Tinley. They were like what, 3 tables down?
I think like 2 tables down.
Is it 2 tables down? Yeah, from us. We lucked out for some reason and got a really nice spot. So
nice.
Yeah, that was.
And then Tyler
and
was
Tyler,
right across.
Tyler's Toxic Balls. They were like diagonal to us.
And we ended up putting a very good, beautiful snake. I think some extra genes with that snake we got.
I think so too.
Because it's actually in your project, guys. It's double head, clown pie, but it's just a simple yellow belly. We did unboxing on this. The God snake. It says God on it. Like
it has the God like 3 or 4 times. It says God on it.
Pretty interesting.
Nice. It is cool.
I'm like, okay,
that's
a sign. That's a sign.
So, since you guys have started off on your snake journey, what's been maybe a potential obstacle or challenge you've had to face so far?
So being kind of like, a couple in this, we always have to have, what do you call it? Like compromise with different, projects. Of course, me being me with all the genetics and Instagram, I'm just like, oh, I found a really cool puzzle. Oh, let's go down the puzzle route. It's like, she's got to hold me back and a little bit, restrain me a little bit.
Not just the snakes.
Not just all the animals.
Yes.
All the animals.
Yeah.
So it's more like, you want everything, but you can only do what you can do and really want to stick to that specialization and what I want to work on. So I think, that,
I think the rodents, getting them out of the basement was a big challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It was just not fun inside the house.
Yeah, it was not good in the house.
That's going to be our next couple hurdles is this summer and into fall, just getting it heat proof for them and temperature controlled.
Okay. Are you using Wi-Fi and everything, the main maintenance side of it, the observe, or while you're out and
And camera
about, away from
systems and
home?
smart temperature control.
Not yet. No, not yet.
Well, we'll give you more links and things of that that's helped us. It's very inexpensive.
Yeah.
To at least put together like a monitoring type style setup where you're away from home and you can kind of look in on things. With ours, the UFI system, you can actually talk to the cameras. And I'm not answering my phone and she's talking to me. Hey, answer your phone.
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean, the goal is to be home more. I would love to just, I want to get away from the whole retail world. And I want it so bad, you know, I want to do it and work for myself. I feel it's so rewarding to me. So just trying to put all these little pieces to the puzzle just to get that going. I think by the end of the year, I'm shooting to go part-time, but we'll see how it all works out.
Okay. That's a good goal to have. You've already set pretty good goals for yourself. But yeah, you definitely need to put yourself out there as far as, you know, setting an example. We try to set an example for the kids as far as the value of your time. You know, I'm putting a dollar amount on it, you know, and when you don't set a dollar amount on it and just say, hey, you know, your time is priceless, you know, I think it resonates with the youth a little bit more, where they can say, hey, I don't want to go, you know, work, you know, whatever type of job for, you know, $7 an hour and be there all day when I can be home building my brand.
Because they've seen us not be present because we were having to put in all these hours, and now they see us, even though we're working 24/7, really. Like, even though we're still present, we're here. We're always available.
That's a different.
And you always have to scale your business. Relatively recently, kind of a little in depth with us, inside with us, we had to change our scheduling. Where now we actually schedule out for us to Tuesday nights. For 2 hours on Tuesday nights, we have to sit down, no TV, no nothing, sitting across from each other, come up with individual plans, put a pen to paper, write down a huge list. And then the last 15, 20 minutes or so, we start, you know, bouncing ideas off of each other, seeing what fits, what will work, what we'll try.
You probably concepts. Do. He does probably a better job at that, being like creative on demand. It has to come to me. So I'm like constantly throughout the week, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put that down Tuesday night. Let me write it now so that I can put it down Tuesday night.
But it gives you a game plan, especially I found that really, really useful when it comes to YouTube. Because we've had it several times. We're like, we need a YouTube video. What are we gonna do? I don't know. So now we have like a laundry list of videos. It almost feels like you're playing catch up. You have so many videos to record that when you start recording them, you start getting an actual backlog where you can schedule them, and you're scheduled for 3 weeks out and videos dropping, and you're not finding such a hustle and bustle to kind of put things out. You're not trying to rush. So it's really cool.
It's been really helpful. Like, we can just come in here and bust out like 5 or 6 videos.
We're telling Darren to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I do need to do videos.
Yeah. Hey, Darren, how many snakes do you have in your collection, Darren? Put them on the hot
5.
Like 500. Yeah.
Add a couple of zeros.
Yes. I mean, it's been in the projects. I like so much. I just can't say no. I like the albinos, lavender albinos. You know, that was one of the first things. And then going the lavender pied route. And then it's like, okay, let me add something else recessive. So you go to the clown route, and then you add more to that. Then you add more pie stuff. Okay, let me get more pie stuff. And then it just keeps going down. Well, I need more codons to go with these recessive traits, you know? And it's like, okay, I need to grab this and add this. This is this. And it's an endless
that's
battle.
Exactly why we need to create a video log trail.
You know, I just had
that journey.
I just had a big epiphany. The reason why we have so many snakes is because you two were talking the entire time we were building. I figured it out. I have completely figured it out. Darren, you were a
Hey, you know, don't put that all on me. Will sent me a lot of stuff. He sent me a lot of stuff on Morph Market. Hey, I'll tell you right now, I slowed down a little bit. I slowed down a little bit. But then Will's like, hey, what about this? You like this? What about this? What does this do? And it's like, oh, man. Oh, you're right. Let me add this. Oh, I'm going to get this too.
I guess what it boils down to, actually, a question for you guys, as far as planning for your future, and the next step of what you're doing. If you miss the odds on certain projects, do you plan to buy forward, or you kind of continue to keep trying, or do you have something strategically put in place for your business plan to keep growing?
You know where he's going with that, don't you, Darren? He
Yeah.
always and forever gonna bring up your path to the dreamsicle.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It sounds like they're further than a hobby mindset, so that's different. He really wants to set it for a business.
Yeah.
I was in here with all this pretty much. I maybe add a little bit more, but I was just kind of, I'm not going to buy it. I can produce it.
Yeah.
You know, that has to change. If you can get something a step forward, that's what you need to do.
There you go.
So, in your words, what are your plans?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully, whatever we can hit from our, odds this year, we would take back probably, strong male and, put it back. We kind of, I was talking about this the other day. We kind of like a group A and a group B of females where we got, now they're breeding right now, which hopefully will produce something really powerful from this, that a male. So for group B, we'll be ready like by the, springtime next year or beginning of next year, that we could breed it in the summer or something like that, next year or something. So hold back, keep growing, buy little pieces here and there that work to fit what we can't produce or not hitting on, or, still staying a little bit relevant with some of the genes.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. And it also makes sense to put in place, everyone's talking about backup males, but you probably need backups to the backups.
Right.
But at least, 1 to, 3, that's going to run your programs, where if that backup male isn't even breeding or is refusing to, you have something else you're not going to lose the entire system.
We don't really have too many backups right now, so we're hopefully going to start building a little bit more of the boys back up. But we have specific boys for the project, so I'm hoping they work out, please.
You haven't had that problem where one male just wouldn't lock with a female? He was just staying in one corner?
I mean, since we're still so new to it, we've only done probably like 6 different females pairing so far, and we've still only had one clutch so far, so we haven't ran into that problem quite yet. I know both of the boys are, still new and younger, so I've seen a few locks. I'm not too worried yet. And then we did buy a proven breeder that's for our dreamsicle. We have a side little dreamsicle project too that we're kind of doing OD dreamsicles.
Nice.
And eventually work the clown in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my goal too. But that was my 7-year project that he talks about over there, where I was gonna produce it. It took me 7 years to produce dreamsicles.
Oh.
7 years.
Oh, they're so pretty.
It is.
They are.
They're beautiful.
But you got to be strategic with it. He told me that story. That's what Audrey was talking about. He told me that story. Yeah, I did double head for like 18 years, and I'm like, oh, years.
Hey, I went the cheapest route possible. I was good. I was fine with myself.
Now the hole in that plan in the design, there's nothing wrong with doing double head to double head. But when you have a collection like that, you have like 300 snakes. That's what you're trying to hide and put it just that screen of what you see behind them. But they had like 300 snakes, 50 million freedom breeder racks over there. So he gets double head to double head, and you breed them, and that's fine, and you don't hit. But the following year, since you didn't hit, maybe buy visual one side, head the other, move forward instead of buying, 15 more snakes for other projects. He said, I'm going to keep trying double head to double head.
Yeah, but see what was happening, I was getting a lavender and I was getting a pie. They just weren't coming together.
Yeah.
There were lavenders and pies in the clutch. I'm like, you could do it. It just got to mix together.
Yeah.
So, but every year you got to grow those out, and everything. So it's just like, hey, I'd rather buy that short thing, at least, pie, het, lavender, grow that out, and then at least you're stepping forward. So, but design a program where you can keep moving.
The crazy part about it is, even after I did that, they never produced from the double heads. I kept the pied baby back and kept the pied male back and bred those together. And they gave me my lavender. It wasn't coming from the double heads. I wasn't getting it out of them. It wasn't happening. So
Odd. Oh,
that's
weird.
what took the other 3 years. I grew those up and then bred them together.
Oh,
So, yeah. Think about that.
Explain that for a second, Darren. When you bought into it, really quick to give perspective, when you got your double heads, how much were the double heads, and how much were the double visual at the time you got into the program versus when you finally produced the double visual?
So the double head females were 700 at that time, and then the visuals were 16 grand. Yeah,
that's insane.
So that's why you're like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm just gonna try this. It's cheaper. And even then, 700 was like, that's $700. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna spend $700 on some snakes? Yes, I am.
And when you produced them, what was the market for them after you finally produced them?
Well, they're like 1,500, $2,000 by the time I produced them. So, I mean, if I had the means of buying it at that time, I probably could have went that route. But now it's like I made them, so I'm kind of over it.
Yeah,
I'm over it. I'm not going to go that route this time around. I'll tell you that. Never.
Yeah.
We'll see. He has the extremist gene, so we're gonna see what happens with that. Grim Reaper.
Yeah. Well, the extremist, because it's such a new untapped gene, and some other people have it. I just want to go a different route with it and take it to those double recessives and everything else, seeing how that really actually fits into everything and what happens with those. You know, which I'll have double heads. Make double heads to visuals on the other end, so then I can still win.
Gotcha.
Versus going the double head route.
And with the Dreamsicle, where do you see you guys in the future pushing your dream, other than Orange Dream, with the Dreamsicle? What else you're trying to put into it?
Yeah, we got a male breeder from Kyle from Royal Ambassadors. He's been a great help with a lot of stuff. He's got some amazing projects. Shout out to Kyle.
Been doing it for a while.
We got an OD leopard pied het lav. That was the dam for the sire for this one, this last clutch. But yeah, just like super OD would be really cool. Eventually work the clown into it. Maybe he will work on some stuff with him, or a little Dreamsicle het clown or something fun like that. Who knows? Yeah. The Holy Grail. That's
I seen that for the first time at Justin's.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is really cool, and a cool name.
Now, with all the animals you guys have and taking care of, like, do you guys have anyone else helping you guys, or is it just you two pounding it out?
I mean, pretty much. Yeah, me and her rock the show, and we got Mom will come step in every once in a while to watch it when we go to Tinley or something. But that's about it for right now. Just us. We're a good team. We both clean the tubs. We both clean the rats. So we're a good team.
I have pods. He doesn't
but yeah, she does the isopods, and then she's got a little kind of side project with the snakes.
Some African house snakes.
Okay.
So we have like 1.4 of them. They're similar. They're a small breed. They keep similar to a ball python, so we kind of keep them in the little what is it, a V18 rack right here.
Right.
They're really
Yeah. So
our
daughter, she has a African house snake. And
nice.
Yeah, she actually has 3 snakes with us that she kind of rarely ever. They kind of automatically fall. You know, kids, they fall on us. So we got a G-stripe female, a pastel G-stripe female.
But I think she's once she gets through her whatever she's gonna do now. I mean, she's almost 20, so I think once she gets kind of through that, like I'm gonna do the stage, figure out who I am. She's already expressed interest in like maybe coming back and helping us in retirement.
Yeah. Only thing I think she had a fire het clown girl.
Yeah.
Fire het clown girl, and then a G-stripe girl, and then the house snake. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, we just feed them little African house snake pinkies and little hoppers every once in a while. They're super easy.
Yep.
So you
will tell a heat. I think the extremist gene is totally different than the tri-stripe gene, but that doesn't mean that they're carrying the tri-stripe gene. I'm thinking that they are carrying the tri-stripe gene. So what I picked up was a super extremist orange dream male and that male, it looks different. Orange Dream and Tri-Stripe look different in the Extremis gene.
Hey, show them off real quick for a little bit.
We love some snake showing
For
off.
sure.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The next edition we want to get is the ARS 30, the 70 tubs.
Really?
Yeah, because just a couple levels onto this for the 70s, just because we got a couple big females and they're outgrowing the 55s now.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's different than when I seen it before. Got a little eyes on it. So that's the Extremis, the super Extremis.
Yeah.
I like how the fade inside and then it gets real dark around the edges of the pattern.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Is it striped down the dorsal? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's a full stripe down the dorsal.
Wow.
Who found that gene?
Ken Masick.
Ken Masick, yeah.
That's crazy right there.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, because I think it was a multi-gened animal that they started with that. And that's why they ended up producing the visual with the tri-stripe, which was super dark.
Let's see. We're talking about the tri-stripe, whatever. He said that Extremis tri-stripe and one other gene were all separated from a single animal he imported originally.
Yeah.
So they must.
So, and now that you have all your different breeds of chickens, are you still bringing in new breeds of chickens?
Not really. I just kind of focus on I have one group that is breeding group for babies, and then one group is just for eating eggs to sell to people $3 a dozen, farm fresh eggs, stuff like that. No, I've just been having fun with that. But lately I've been breeding peacocks. So I actually have pied peacocks.
Oh my God.
Now, okay, so do you have a problem with maybe, how ball pythons have diseases that they can carry, or snakes?
Mm-hmm.
What about birds? Can there something be carried over that you could bring in?
Carry it over to
bringing in a new animal?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's why if I were to ever buy anything, I buy eggs, hatching eggs, or then hatch them myself. Then there's no chance of anything coming. Or I'll buy a baby chick that just hatched, and then there's not really that much risk. But I don't really buy adult birds, because then they can carry disease and wipe out my whole flock. So,
what kind of diseases do they carry?
Avian influenza and coccidiosis and worms and stuff like that. So.
Now, are you able to ship embryo eggs, or is it something that you got to do hand to hand? Oh, you can.
Yeah, you can legally ship eggs throughout the country. You do need a certification. What was that?
When we get our farm.
Yeah. So you got about 1 week from when the egg is laid to it needs to be hatched in order for it to hatch. But you can keep it at room temperature for that whole week, and it's fine.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I get farm fresh eggs from another source down here, because they taste so much better than they just do. And I told him, I said, I mean it, when we get wherever we go as far as our property is concerned and all that, there will be hens on that property. I will be.
Yeah. Already got a pig. I
do have a pig. Oh, and he's got the Taj Mahal now. Yeah, he's got artificial grass and big hay and a big house. And,
He has his own condo.
He does. He has a piggy condo. It's
awesome.
Nice.
Look at his wheel scratching his head.
You are not.
We're gonna put him on the table for Thanksgiving.
And then I have Stuart the rat. Stuart the rat is awesome. Stuart the rat is separate from the rats that we feed.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He's a pet.
We leave these rats in here too long, and
she's gonna be picking more out.
I may pick more out.
For sure. They're so cute.
We have dogs.
Yeah, she's gonna pick more out. You can't feed that one, Will.
No, there's one in there that I've already kind of took a liking to. He's all black. And he's got these little sweet black eyes, and his little ears kind of pop up. He always comes to the front of the tub so I can scratch his little ears. He's kind of like Stewart, so he might be next to come out. But that being said, like, we have dogs too. The dogs, they get so jealous whenever I'm petting anything else besides them. We have 2 bully dogs. So I heard you guys have dogs. What kind of other animals besides the chickens and the pythons and the rats do you have?
Yeah, we have 4 mini Aussies, our newest being a fully deaf Aussie mix. So he's cattle dog, pit bull, beagle, and husky. He's a handful all by himself. But we also have a bottle baby kitten who thinks he's a dog. So we have like baby locks on every food pantry cupboard and our garbages and probably the fridge next.
Oh, wow.
And then
And I heard you say you liked horses. You have horses?
Horses, yep. My first horse, Fancy, actually just turned 34 this past week.
a 4-year-old horse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Old.
Yeah, she used to do barrels with her on my 4-H days. And then we have a rescue horse as her companion who's turning 18. And then a myriad of some goats. I used to raise goats under Drop a Luck farms in high school. And I acquired back some of the retired single pets that they thrive better as a group. So when the other herd mates passed away, we're like, oh, of course they're welcome back. And so we just have all different kind of senior pets.
Oh, they have a farm. You have a straight farm. There's nothing about it.
Oh.
The snakes are a hobby.
Right. Yeah, we stay busy.
Yeah, man.
2 horses, 9 goats, and 1 sheep, and then probably around 75 to 100 chickens. So,
And then what did you say? Quails? You got quails or?
yeah, I got quails. I have
quails.
Probably like 14 quail. I got peacocks, and then I have guinea hens too. Those guys are loud.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's full on farm. It's a mini zoo here.
Yeah.
No, it is. It is.
It's crazy. Like Danny and I have a lot in common. I did barrels whenever I was young too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, horses were a big thing. So I'm a cousin of that. He is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither is he. So
Yeah.
I feel you there.
I just feed them in the morning.
Yep.
Boys.
So within all of those avenues, like, how are you getting out there? Is it just everyone knows that you work with peacocks and quails, or are you in different groups online? Is it just strictly Facebook?
I mean, I post everywhere. I'm posting Instagram like crazy, stories every day, and then TikTok 2 to 3 videos a day. And then I got my own podcast where I interview like content creators that are involved in the farm world. I love to just connect with people like-minded like this, like with you guys as well. So yeah, I don't know. I just put myself out there anywhere I can. I'm just, you want to see it? Here you go.
But to have 41,000 followers on TikTok, that's big. That's big.
Yeah, so I've been partnered. I since I had a following, I'm like, I can maybe reach out to some brands, and I start working with some brand deals. And I actually work for Purina now, where I'm promoting for them. Purina Feed. So I'm on the flock team. So we promote all the chicken food, and I promote for a company that I work with, hemp bedding. They do all hemp style natural bedding for chickens.
They also do hemp bedding for rodents,
Yep.
So I was using that for a while, and then it was $20 a bag, and I was like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah, so I'm actually testing it on our rodents and testing it on some snakes right now, actually. So I'm doing some testing for them just to see how it's work. And we have one of our older retired males, ball pythons, and he's full shed. He's thriving in there. He loves it. He's doing really good.
The hemp bedding, it seemed like it lasts a lot longer.
It was like two different cleanings. We didn't have to even clean it at all. We just kind of scooped fresh, cleaned it out, and it was fine. And all the bedding was nice, smelled good, nothing wrong.
Nice.
It was fun.
Yeah, but it's just too much.
Yeah.
$20 a bag. It only does a couple of my tubs, and I was like, yeah, we can't do this.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to get it more reach out to everyone, trying to get a little bit more accessibility to people.
Now, is it a website that you're selling it from, or
Yeah, it's Eaton Pet and Pasture. They do like bags, and they do through Chewy as well.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Eaton, EATON.
Now, do you have like I notice a lot of like TikTok promoters and things like that. They have like promo codes and things like, that would help you get.
Yeah, Chakra. It's Chakra Chickens.
Chakra Chickens. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I've been just having really fun with it. I just kind of combined both of the worlds. I'm like, well, I got the marketing down for the chicken world, so let's see how I could, apply it to the snake world. And that's how I kind of came up with all the reels. I'm sure she has fun watching me record all these funny reels where I'm in here.
I know we do.
Yes, we like it. It's been fun. It's been fun to watch you guys.
Yeah.
It's very
And
committed.
then I get her to join some. I'm like, all right, I got an idea. You got to hold the snake, do this. I'll do all the recording. Just hold the snake.
Be part of it. Just be part of it. That's all.
I got it down for you.
Right.
Yeah, she's like the smart, animal cleanliness. She's the one that take care of everyone really good, hold us down, and I'm the one in the social media rocking it all for the views and the marketing.
For sure.
That's teamwork. Teamwork.
Hey.
I can't do it without her. So
Yeah, same.
Oh, see. Ouch. So, what I was saying before was, now that this is your first season, you got your first babies, and what we'll end up doing is we'll also end up coming back and doing a recap.
Yeah,
The entire first season, kind of do's and don'ts, and what you would do differently next time. We're going to be rolling out with a video as well, because we're like 36 clutches in so far.
Congrats.
Oh,
Thank you.
that's insane.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. And actually, the spoiler, we got a really important clutch coming this week from our stranger double het male that passed. This was one of his clutches. We have 4 A's, like bred to a lesser clown girl. So hopefully produce some stranger clowns out of that clutch.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, you guys are really inspirational. You guys went in with a bang for sure. It's inspiring to see.
Yeah, dude.
We owe it all to the Cresteds.
Oh man,
every bit of it, we owe it all to them.
And just coming up with a game plan and following through. That's been the biggest thing. We keep talking. We refer to different videos and content because we record so much. But just kind of following through with your plan, and not, taking no for an answer, and holding yourself accountable. I think that's the biggest problem with small businesses. They identify with being a small business.
I used to have a bigger mindset.
They consider themselves as something on the side. You can be a small business and still push the envelope and push the threshold.
I think sometimes when you have the thought process, oh, I'm just small, I'm not as big as X, Y, and Z, it's more of a insecurity. You're not quite as confident in yourself as you should be. And, there's that constant, I guess it's a cliche type of saying, but it's like fake it till you make it. And to me, it's not really fake it till you make it, but it's literally practice it until it's perfect. And
exactly
like that.
Yeah. So that's the thought process behind, I am big. I am going to do this. I am not, well, we'll see how it goes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this has been super, super fun.
Yes. You guys are so interesting. And there's so many layers.
So take the time now, actually, for all, Chakra Chicken, all your connections, all your pages, how you it with.
If you can follow Chakra Chickens is the chicken page. Have all of our snake content is going to be found on Chakra Scales. Instagram we're really popping on, and then we do a little bit TikTok here and there for the snake page. But mostly that on the Instagram. And then I got a podcast. It's Uncooped Podcast on YouTube, interviewing content creators, farm-based content creators, and I'm trying to work in some snake people in there as well too. Every Friday at 5. So look out for that. And we're just really excited to be part of the community and excited that you guys had us on. And
yes, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun to be like by your side with the first year. This is your first year, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So we're like the class of 2023
Yeah.
we're rocking it, and we're really making a splash out here, man. So you guys are really inspirational to us and to a lot of people. So just keep doing what you guys are doing.
Thank you. We definitely on it. You're inspiring. Definitely. We're gonna definitely step by IG game up.
I said, I like them.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
something special about them.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm now when we see you guys online, we'll feel a little bit. Now we know you a little bit more, and hopefully we can
Absolutely.
see you guys in person, and hopefully we can meet Darian too. So
Yeah.
we'll be at Tinley, and we'll be at. We're gonna make Arlington hopefully next year, but yeah, for sure Tinley.
Bring some fresh eggs.
Yeah.
Hanged out just for a little bit.
Hanged out.
Hang out.
Hang out.
Right.
We'll be right back.
All right.
So not too bad of a week this go around. Where's your phone? We gotta check the actual schedule. We need to make sure we put the calendar. So we'll be back
Here
with
we go.
another episode
On July 2nd.
July 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. This
before,
year is just like
right before Independence Day. We haven't had anyone on the list quite yet, but we're going to be reaching out. I think Darren has a couple people in mind that we're going to be reaching out to.
Darren's like running his eyes like I did.
Oh, we spoke about it. Yeah.
No, we did. And I'm thinking like, which one did I say? Because I said a couple of them, but I'm trying to think which ones I said.
So we'll definitely, send communication out to get those guys on and talk on different topics. We want to keep bringing you guys good content. Hopefully everything has been clear. Video and audio for you guys. I like doing it on this platform. We love both Darren and I. We love Instagram. I mean, absolutely love it. But
awesome.
From what our experience is, it's kind of really, really, I guess, what do you say, choppy at times, or YouTube.
Yeah, it doesn't. It definitely has more connectivity issues.
Where you got to keep jumping in and out, possibly missing some content, and we just like to put it out here because even if you put out an old podcast, people can still go back and view it. And on Instagram, you kind of got to scroll through people's feed and go find it. Just find it a little bit more user friendly, viewer friendly on YouTube. So that's what we're gonna be doing July 2nd. I think Darren's actually gonna have some hatchlings coming up soon. You should have some hatching out. I know we do.
They're gonna be August. They'll be hatching out August, the first clutch, but I'm still waiting for females. June and July are my months. So July, I'm gonna start hitting. They'll start really actually laying then. So
yes, we'll definitely have more out by then. So we'll probably update maybe some Morph Market now that we got a bunch of them eaten from previous clutches. But go check that out as well. We have plenty on Morph Market as far as availability.
Check out the Morph Market. I'll be posting some more up.
Definitely. So that concludes another week. You got balls. It's been awesome, man. I'll holler at you in a little bit, and we're going to close off. We appreciate everybody watching this week, and we're going to bring it back and be consistent with y'all. Thank you guys so much.
Bye.